Buying a house is supposed to be the American dream, right? But when your credit is messed up, it can feel like a nightmare. Trust me, I know. I once had a 400 credit score and thought home ownership was completely out of reach, but I was able to raise my credit scores from a 400 to a 760, and it changed my life. All right. If you have not heard from me, hi, my name is Danny, and I own ScorePro Financial, which is a credit repair and management company that helps consumers like you and me with their credit. Okay. So today, I'm going to share exactly how I did it so you can do the same and you can make that change for yourself as well. Okay, look, I understand how frustrating and overwhelming it feels to be trapped by a bad credit score. Maybe you've tried fixing it before, maybe you've gotten advice from friends and family, or maybe you've watched countless videos with no real results. Well, today is different, so stick around because I'm sharing actual steps that actually work and they usually do it fast, okay? This is the same strategy that I use for myself, that I use for my clients as well. So let me quickly share my story. Not too long ago, I believe about 4 or 5 years ago, I was exactly where you are now. Okay, my credit was wrecked after I made the mistakes. All right, I had collections, late payments, high balances, evictions, you name it, I had it. But I had the need of fixing it, right? Because I was newly married and I knew something had to change. I studied consumer law obsessively under my mentor and I learned how credit scores really worked. Okay. And with that, I created a plan and within just 3 months, I boosted my score the way that I told you to that 760 mark. It wasn't luck, it was a strategy. And again, today I'm giving that strategy directly to you. So it's going to go fast. So grab some pen and paper and here we go. All right. Step one, check your real credit scores. First things first, you need your real credit score. Okay. Not the free ones from Credit Karma or the apps that you get from your credit cards. Those are different scoring models, okay, compared to what your mortgage lender would use. A lender would use a FICO Classic model, for example, in comparison to those apps that usually use Vantage 3.0. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to go to myfico.com or annual credit report and pull your reports from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. This way, you know exactly what lenders see and what you're working with. Okay. If you, for some reason, cannot get access to those for, X or Y, and if you have Credit Karma, a good rule of thumb is to deduct 40 points from the score they give. And, that's kind of like the average, the usual difference from one of the scoring models to the other. Okay. So step number two, you need to identify and dispute errors correctly. Okay. Believe it or not, 80% of credit reports have errors in them. Okay, it's crazy, right? So these errors might be holding your credit scores back. So look closely at your reports, check for incorrect like payment accounts that you don't recognize, for example, maybe balances listed too high or collections that aren't accurate. All right. Remember, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you have the right to dispute inaccuracies directly with the bureaus. And here's exactly how you're going to do it. Okay. This is a step by step. Right. So write a simple dispute letter stating clearly what's wrong. Include your ID for proof. And then you want to do a claim on anything that you have is possible. You're going to send it certified mail, not online. The reason that you do that is because certified mail gives you proof, ensuring the bureaus take your dispute seriously. And by not doing it online, you don't lose a lot of the rights that you get. Okay. Step number three is to quickly lower your credit utilization. Your credit utilization makes up about 30% of your credit score, and that's huge. Okay. Utilization simply means how much of your credit card and the balances that you have you're actually using. So keep your credit utilization below 10%. Okay. That's the secret. If you owe $500 on a credit card with a $1,000 limit, that's 50% utilization, which is not good. Okay. So pay that down quickly. Now, you want to aim to keep your balances very low before your statement date. So the bureau see that the reduced balance and your scores jump immediately. Okay. So step number 4 is to strategically address collections. If you have collections, you need to listen to this very closely. Okay. Don't just blindly pay them. Paying collections without negotiation doesn't always improve your credit. In fact, if it often hurts if more than before temporarily instead of, you have to negotiate for a pay per delete option. That's the strategy that you need to do. So call the collector if you already know you're going to settle and politely but firmly say, I'm willing to settle, but only if you agree to delete this collection from my reports once paid. Get it in writing before you send any of the money. Always be safe. Okay. If they won't agree initially, don't give up. Call back again and send them letters repeatedly. Remember, anything when it comes to credit, persistence, it's key here. Okay. Anything with credit. All right. Step number 5 is to add positive accounts. So here's a very powerful hack that most people ignore. Adding new positive credit building accounts, even if your credit is bad, because you can quickly add positive accounts through secure credit cards or credit builder loans. And these small amounts boost your payment history, which is 35% of your entire credit score, and your credit mix, okay, which are two crucial factors for your scores. Okay, that's 30 and an extra percentage. Okay, so you want to open 1 or 2 secure cards, maybe a small purchase monthly, and pay them off fully. Okay. In 60 to 90 days, these positive payments will significantly raise your credit scores. All right. So, with that being said, I want to also tell about mistakes to avoid because this can literally make or break your progress. All right. So if you dispute things online, that just gives up the legal protection under federal law. Okay. So you want to stay away from that. Do the certified mail letters just how I told you. Okay. Don't close old accounts as well because it's absolutely necessary because you lose the value on the credit history, which is another percentage of your credit report. Okay. And finally, don't apply for a bunch of new loans or cards all at once. It makes you look desperate in front of the lenders and it lowers your scores even further. Look, improving your credit, it's absolutely achievable and it can happen fast. I did it. 100 of my clients have done it. And now it's your turn. All right. So if home ownership is your dream, it doesn't have to remain a dream. You have all the power and knowledge now that you need to be able to make that happen. Remember, please, 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 consistent action beats perfection every single time. All right. You got this. I believe in you. And before you go, if you found this video useful, leave a like and subscribe. It will help the video reach people like us who really need it. And if you have any questions as well, make sure to leave a comment below with your biggest credit challenge that you have right now. All right. So with that being said, once again, I will see you on the next one.